Welcome back, conscious creators. We're here today to gain the invaluable tools through esoteric knowledge to master our inner world so we can become masters of our outer reality. Today we journey into the timeless wisdom of Hermetic philosophy, the root of all true alchemy, astrology, and spiritual science. These teachings come from the Kybalion, a collection of Hermetic writings based on the wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus, the ancient Egyptian Greek master of wisdom, believed to embody both Thoth, the Egyptian god of knowledge, and Hermes, the divine messenger. Hermeticism teaches that the universe operates according to universal laws, laws that govern both the physical and the spiritual. When you understand and embody them, you gain mastery over your mind, your emotions, your energy, and ultimately, your reality. So let's explore these 7 Hermetic principles, what they mean, how they shape your life, and how you can consciously live by them to awaken your highest creative power. Principle number 1, the principle of mentalism. All is mind. Everything, the universe, the stars, your body, your emotions, originates from one source, the universal mind. Reality is not material first, it is mental first. Thought is the blueprint, energy is the material, and physical reality now becomes the result. This means the universe is a reflection of consciousness, and you, as consciousness, are both the observer and the creator. For example, before anything exists, a song, a painting, a home, a relationship, it first exists as an idea in somebody's mind. The same happens with your life. Your beliefs, expectations, and repeated thoughts form the mental patterns that shape your outer world. Your imagination is all powerful, and it is there for a reason. So use it, trust it, practice mental rehearsal, and visualize the life you want to create consistently. Some practical applications for this principle. Well, if your reality feels limited, you must first expand your mental landscape. If you constantly think, I'm not enough, or life is hard, your energy reinforces those mental blueprints. Start choosing thoughts aligned with your desired reality. Say, I am capable. Life does support me. I create with clarity and purpose. Repetition of higher thought reprograms your vibration. When you change your mind, you literally change your world. When you master this principle, you no longer feel at the mercy of circumstance. You become an architect of reality now, using thought and imagination consciously as creative tools. Principle number 2, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. This principle teaches harmony between planes of existence, the physical, mental, and spiritual. What happens in one dimension echoes in all the others. Your outer experiences mirror your inner state, your beliefs, emotions, and subconscious programs. Literally, your personality, which is how you think, act, and feel, creates your personal reality. Some examples. Well, if your relationships are full of conflict, look within. Don't blame. Maybe there's unresolved anger, fear, or self-doubt projecting outward. When you heal those inner wounds, the outer relationships naturally start to harmonize. Likewise, the same patterns that govern the universe, birth, growth, decay, renewal, also operate within you. Some practical applications for this principle. So when something outside disturbs you, treat it as feedback rather than punish. Don't be a victim. Ask, what is this reflecting about my inner world? Or what can I learn from this experience? So instead of trying to fix the mirror, which is the outside world, cleanse the image, which is your inner state. When you master this principle, you live with deep awareness. You see that everything in your world is a teacher. By changing your vibration, your external reality automatically reorganizes to match it. You stop reacting and start co-creating. Principle number 3, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Everything in existence, sound, matter, emotion, thought, is vibration at different frequencies. The higher the frequency, the more refined the energy. The lower the frequency, the denser the energy. This law explains why emotions like joy or gratitude feel light and expansive, while fear or anger feel heavy. They vibrate at different energetic speeds. For example, if you wake up anxious and stay in that vibration, you attract more chaotic experiences because like attracts like. If you shift into calm and gratitude, opportunities and synchronicities begin to align. So, some practical applications for this principle. You can raise your vibration through small, consistent actions like being grateful, gratitude, and mindfulness. Practice being in the present moment, since that's all there is. Conscious breathing, uplifting environments, music, nature, the ocean, light. Choosing compassion over judgment. Physical movement and hydration, because energy flows through the body. Even shifting 1 degree higher changes the timeline of your day. So when you master this principle, you become a self-regulating energy being, sensitive to your vibration and skilled at shifting it. You magnetize harmony and flow. Life stops feeling random and starts feeling orchestrated by your inner frequency. Principle number 4, the principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles. Light and dark, hot and cold, success and failure. These are not opposites, but different degrees of the same thing. The Kybalion teaches that opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Love and hate, for example, are both intense focus of energy, just at opposite ends of the spectrum. So let the pendulum swing. For example, if you're experiencing fear, that fear is not separate from courage. It's just courage in a dormant state. By raising the vibration, you can shift your fear into strength. Some practical applications. So when you feel low, don't fight your feelings. Transmute them. Ask, what is the higher octave of this energy? Turn frustration into motivation, doubt into curiosity, sadness into compassion. When you master this principle, you no longer see life in black and white. You rise above polarity and gain emotional mastery. You stop being controlled by extremes and learn to choose your state consciously. This is the essence of alchemy, transforming base energy, like lead, into higher states, which is gold. Principle number 5, the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. This principle explains cycles, the natural ebb and flow of life. Everything moves in patterns, the seasons, the moon, your energy, your emotions, even success and rest. For example, you might feel inspired and productive one week, then tired and introspective the next. That is rhythm, the universal pendulum swinging between activity and rest. Most people resist the downswing, but Hermetic wisdom says to use it. The lows help you integrate and prepare for the next rise. Instead of forcing outcomes, stay neutral and find the flow state. Some practical applications. Don't fight the flow. Use high energy cycles for creation and outward movement. Use the low cycles for rest, learning, and spiritual recalibration. Observe patterns in your life, emotional, financial, relational, and align with their timing. So when you master this principle, you become more fluid like water, calm in change, adaptable in motion. You stop fearing endings and honor them as part of a greater pulse of creation. Principle number 6, the principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Nothing in life happens by luck. Every event is connected to a chain of energy, visible or invisible. Embrace the truth that everything is your fault and everything is your responsibility because it's your life. You are constantly both the cause and the effect in your life. Your thoughts and actions set causes in motion that eventually return as experiences. So, for example, if you consistently think, I can't trust people, you emit a vibration that attracts situations where trust is tested and or broken. So shift the cause, the belief, and the effect, which is your reality, will follow. So some practical applications for this principle: take radical accountability for your life. Trace your experiences back to the causes within, your thoughts, choices, and energy, awareness. Create consciously by planting intentional causes: gratitude, clarity, compassion, focus. When you master this principle, you stop living in reaction and start living by intention. You move out of victim mindset and into creation. You become a deliberate cause in your reality rather than an unconscious effect. This is the law of karma elevated to awareness. Principle number 7, the last one, is the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Masculine and feminine are its principles. This principle reveals that creation requires both masculine and feminine energies, active and receptive, logical and intuitive, giving and receiving. Neither is superior, but both are essential. For example, the sun is masculine. It radiates light and energy. The moon is feminine. It reflects and nurtures it. In manifestation, masculine energy sets intention and takes aligned action. Feminine energy trusts, receives, and allows the outcome to unfold. So some practical applications for this principle: balance your inner masculine and feminine each day. When you feel stuck in overthinking or control, soften, meditate, receive guidance, start to flow. When you feel ungrounded or indecisive, activate, set a plan, take a clear step forward. When you master this principle, you now live in wholeness. You think and act with purpose, yet move with trust and grace. This balance is divine creativity, the secret to effortless manifestation. This is Hermetic Alchemy, turning energy into gold. When you embody all 7 principles, you become an alchemist, not one who changes metals, but one who transforms consciousness. You turn ignorance into wisdom, fear into love, resistance into flow. You realize that nothing outside you has true power. It's all energy responding to awareness. Your emotions, relationships, and experiences become tools for growth instead of sources of suffering. You begin to see patterns not as punishment, but as invitations to mastery. So what happens when you master and embody and live in these principles? Well, when practiced daily, the Hermetic Principles lead to radical transformation. You become emotionally balanced and energetically radiant. You attract relationships that mirror love and respect. You manifest opportunities naturally without strain. You stop identifying with fear, limitation, or circumstance. You live in rhythm with the universe, creating with precision and ease. Ultimately, these teachings remind us that the universe is not against you, but rather it is you. And by aligning with its laws, you awaken the divine within. The 7 Hermetic Principles are not abstract ideas, but rather they are laws of energy and consciousness. When understood and applied, they awaken your ability to navigate reality consciously, to live as a co-creator rather than as a reactor. So ask yourself today, which principle do I need to embody more deeply right now? Because awareness is the first act of mastery. When you master your mind, your vibration, and your balance, you master your world. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget, follow the rabbit.